So a journalist named Dan Wooten recently issued an official apology to Johnny Depp. And what resulted was an absolute firestorm from Johnny Depp supporters and Amber Heard supporters. So here's the reason. Dan Wooten was responsible for the initial lawsuit that Johnny Depp filed against the UK media outlet The Sun. He wrote this article that was basically defamatory of Johnny Depp, and the title called him a wife beater. And he says, I didn't write that title, I just wrote the column, and honestly, it wasn't even about Johnny Depp, it was about J.K. Rowling. So here was the original title in The Sun. How can J.K. Rowling be, quote, genuinely happy to cast wife-beater Johnny Depp in her film? Dan Wooten says, basically he was calling out J.K. Rowling because she was super pro Me Too movement. She was talking about how you need to believe all women, but when it came to Johnny Depp, she didn't believe Amber Heard, and she hired Johnny Depp for the Fantastic Beasts franchise regardless. Dan Wooten says, I was just trying to point out the hypocrisy there, which I totally understand. But what ensued was this civil suit between Johnny Depp, The Sun, and Dan Wooten himself. And actually, Johnny Depp lost that lawsuit. If you recall, he lost the libel suit. The judge ruled in The Sun's favor, and that preceded the defamation trial that started in 2022. So it didn't set a good precedent, but basically it was a split decision if you think about it now. So Dan Wooten says that over time, he has come to actually think Johnny Depp needed more understanding, and he had no place to get involved in Johnny Depp's private relationship and private life. He should have never done that. So he said he learned from his own experience. After being falsely accused by a deranged ex, why I now admit it was wrong to ever get involved in Johnny Depp's private life. So let's take a look at a couple minutes of this apology video before we
in the
opine.
mainstream media today is that so few players are prepared to admit when they got something horribly wrong. In the culture war, folk dig deeper into their trenches, and sometimes there is little chance to take a breath and realize the most sensible thing would be to reverse course or at least address errors with a degree of nuance. Today, I finally get the opportunity to do just that. I have stayed silent for many years on Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, despite ending up an unwilling party in the former Hollywood golden couple's bid for mutual destruction in a British courtroom. With 5 years of hindsight and a changed personal outlook thanks to my own MSM cancellation, I now admit that I should never have got involved in the carnival of commentary on the catastrophic breakdown of Johnny's relationship. Having spent the last 6 months battling deranged lies from an abusive ex designed to destroy my career through a social media campaign
I was told women never do that.
It was an ex-boyfriend. This guy's gay.
As soon as I was saying, I was like, never mind.
By a leftist criminal working...
Never mind, men are evil. I was wrong.
For the
Believe all men.
fantasists at Byline Times, I know how difficult it can be to defend yourself against those sorts of smears, even though I have now been fully exonerated in 2 separate investigations by the Metropolitan and Scottish Police. The hatred that some former lovers carry is disturbingly enough to see them manipulate the truth to bring down their ex at almost any cost. Now here's for the important nuance that many of Johnny's rabid supporters might not be prepared to accept. This is not my bid to in any way attack or cause further issues for Amber Heard. She never wanted to be dragged through to personally costly, and in the case of the US, reputationally devastating court cases. I got to know her just a little after our careers became surprisingly intertwined, and even though our politics couldn't be more different, believe the public perception of her is unfair.
Okay, pause here.
It's unfortunate that
After Johnny Depp lost the libel suit in the UK, Dan Wooten took this victory selfie with Amber Heard. So it definitely seemed like he was taking Amber Heard's side at the time against Johnny Depp. And he regrets doing that, probably because the tide of public opinion changed and he's moving along with it. But now he's talking about wokeness, and he's talking about how he loves J.K. Rowling now. and he thinks that Me Too went too far, and he's against censorship, and I'm trying to be an unbiased journalist now. It definitely seems like too little too late. It seems a little convenient timing for journalists to finally be coming around to honest tactics.
A lot of them are going to still be doing that now because they sense that the change in the tides. Because
the culture war might have basically been won by the, I guess, ostensibly the right.
I don't even know if I buy that. I just think that there's
whatever is happening. Yeah. We can see what's happening, right? You agree? Like things are shifting. Things are shifting. And like some people feel like in order to stay popular and relevant, they need to be part of the resistance movement. So Chris Cuomo just got like hired by Patrick Bet-David at Valuetainment, and everyone is like, what is going on? And then Don Lemon has this show on X, and everyone's like, this literally makes no sense.
Did you see Don Lemon's demands?
No. What did he say?
Wanted, what was it? Okay, so it was like $5 million, $8 million a year, a Cybertruck, stake in Twix, and all this other stuff, and he
wanted free steaks sent to his house and free Twix bars.
Yes, all of those. That's exactly right. He was like,
"That's insane," but also diet of a champion.
Yeah.
Damn, what an entitled loser.
Yes.
Okay, so as you can imagine, after this apology got posted, Dan Wooten got a bunch of hate, not only from the Amber Heard stans, who are saying, how dare you turn against Amber Heard when she needs your support the most? And then the Johnny Depp stans were all attacking Dan Wooten as well because they said, you did this to Johnny Depp, you ruined his life, and now right at the moment when it's convenient for you, you're going to come back around and be the voice of reason. How dare you? So everyone is just angry at this guy now. I mean, I'm relatively ambivalent, but I think the whole thing is so embarrassing because, I mean, these are like grown adults. Like, you're a grown-ass man or woman, and you run an Amber Heard stan account or a Johnny Depp stan account. Like, grow up. Like, stop worshiping either one of these people. And it's kind of irrelevant to the truth of either of these lawsuits. It really is.
I think it's a good thing because I think what it means is if you've got enough time on your hands to run an Amber Heard or a Johnny Depp stan account, you're probably pretty set in life. You got a good job. You're kind of like one of those characters in the movie Office Space.
They're not living under a bridge.
No, they're not. Like, you kind of have to have some money to run a stan account.
They definitely work from home, quote unquote.
Yes.
So I found this deranged tweet from one of the Johnny Depp supporters saying, they like posted this picture of Johnny Depp in the courtroom. Can you pull that up? It's like Johnny Depp in the courtroom looking sad and stressed out. And they said, see this man here, Dan Wooten? This is what you and Amber Heard did. Give Johnny Depp the apology he so rightly deserves. Okay, he literally did just apologize to Johnny Depp. So what more do you want? Okay, and then he did this interview with Megyn Kelly where he reiterated all of that same stuff. He said, this is what can happen when an ex has an axe to grind, is actuated by malice. They'll make up terrible things designed to destroy your career and your life. I'm not saying that was what Amber Heard did, but we don't know. And that's, I think, what we've been both saying on this podcast.
Well, I mean, that's not a popular opinion to take in this because you're more rewarded to take strong sides on things, which I just can't do. And he said, she said things. The only reason I even took a harder stance on the Johnny Depp one is because of the audio of her, which is abhorrent, right? But if there wasn't that, like if there isn't anything like that, then what am I supposed to say? I don't know. I don't know these people. I can speak on what the social ramifications of it are, but I can't really speak to these people because I don't know them.
Yeah.
And who you are front facing is very different from who you are behind the scenes. The whole topic we just did about what Pedro Pascal says that.
Yeah. I mean, in this whole like cluster F that was going on, the hashtag Johnny Depp is a survivor started trending, which is how I found out this happened. And it was just like fan cams and all of these deranged posts. And it's like, it's not 2022 anymore. Like, we all need to move past this. Yep. But then I saw this new report that Johnny Depp's former co-star, Lola Glaudini, has accused him of accosting her on set of the 2001 crime thriller, Blow. I had never heard of this movie before. Did you know about this movie? Have you seen this movie? Blow?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So basically, Lola Glaudini was a small background role. She wasn't supposed to even have any dialogue with Johnny Depp in this movie. But here is what she recalled in a recent interview on a podcast. She said, "The very first day, I haven't even met Johnny Depp at this point. I'm on a bearskin rug in a bikini. Ted Dem comes over to me and he's like, okay, Lola, when Johnny Depp says this certain word, I want you to burst out laughing like he just told you the funniest thing over here. We're in the background, the deep background, right? Depp says his monologue and I go, ha ha. And Johnny Depp walks over to me, sticks his finger in my face, and I'm in a bikini on the ground like this. And he comes over and he goes, who the F do you think you are? Who the F do you think you are? Shut the F up. I'm out here, I'm trying to effing say my lines, and you're out effing pulling focus, you effing idiot. Oh, now it's not so funny. Now you can shut up. Now you can effing shut the F up. The quiet that you are right now, that's how you effing stay." She continued, "This was my first studio movie. I've just done indie movies until then. And I have the star who I idolized, who I am so excited to work with, reamed me in my face. The only thing that I have going through my head is don't cry, don't cry, don't cry."
He reamed her in the face, huh?
She later called her father, who told her, "You have two choices right now. You can either say F this, F you, or you never let him see you sweat." And I was like, all right, I want to stay in the movie.
That's a W from Dad, by the way. That's
good
put
advice.
Up or shut up, good advice.
Yeah. And she said that Johnny Depp later offered her a, quote, non-apology apology, saying, you know, I'm doing this Boston accent. It's really effing with me. That was his excuse.
He's like, look, I've had to talk in this awful accent. I'm really sorry.
Had me in a salty mood.
Look, I mean, in comparison, I still think the Christian Bale on-set rant is far superior, but that's just me.
What about the Tom Cruise on-set rant?
I think the Christian Bale on-set rant goes down in history as the preferred rant for all people when it comes to yelling on set.
Okay. I'm excited for this.
Think for one. I want you off the fucking set.
What is going on?
I want you off the fucking set, you prick. No, don't just be sorry. Think for one fucking second. The fuck are you doing? Are you professional or not? Yes, I am. Do I fucking walk around and rip that? No, shut the fuck up, Bruce. Do I want? No. No! Don't shut me up. Am I gonna walk around and rip your fucking lights down in the middle of the scene?
Goodness.
Then why the fuck are you walking right through? Da-da-da-da like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you? What don't you fucking understand? You got any fucking idea?
Wait, why does he look like a Minecraft
it's
creeper?
Fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle.
Okay. I recommend
That was pretty iconic.
I recommend everyone go and listen to the whole thing.
But look, you know, everyone has those days.
You do know that that's not real. The audio is real. The video is fake.
Oh, the video is fake.
Yes.
Okay.
So the audio is out there, but then they cut it to that, which is why his face is blurred out.
Okay, got it. But you know, everyone has those days where they just are screaming at people and cussing people out. It's just normal Hollywood behavior.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.